In today's math lesson, we will be doing our Chapter 7 review for our test, Part 1. You will notice in your math workbook that we have a chapter review test at the end of each chapter. Today we are going to review the first part of the chapter review. So before I begin, I will gather some materials I might need to help me in this review. I know you guys probably don't have plastic coins at home, but if you could get a few dollar bills, and I have already selected some of my coins to help me review and to use as I talk about money. I also have my clock, my analog clock, that will be assisting me in completing our review. So these are the supplies that I need before I complete my review. So if I look at page 533, up at the top, I'm going to begin reviewing all the lessons that we have learned in Chapter 7. Number 1 says, Andrea pays $2.15 for a jump rope. Fill in the bubble next to all the ways that shows $2.15. So I would like for you to complete this with me. So in order to show this, I might need some coins. So I have my coins and my dollar bills. So let's look at the first option. 2 bills, 1 dime, and 1 nickel. Let's see if this creates $2.15. $1 and $2 and a dime and a nickel. I know that $2 bills equals $2, 1 dime is 10 cents, and 1 nickel is 5 cents. 10 plus 5 is 15. So the first way is a way for Andrea to show $2.15 for her jump rope. But look at the directions. It says all the ways. So I'm going to keep going in all the options and see if there are any other ways that Andrea can pay for this jump rope. Then it says, let me put my coins back. Then it says $1 bill, 4 quarters, and 1 dime. So I have $1 bill, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 quarters, and 1 dime. Well, let's see. I have $1 bill, which is $1, 25 cents, 50 cents, 75 cents, $1. So I have $2 in different forms. I have $2 or $1 as quarters and $1 as a dollar bill, and a dime. So this would be $1, $2, and a dime. So $2.10. Now the directions wanted us to find $2.15. So this option is not correct. Let's go to the third option, 2 $1 bills and 1 quarter. Let's see if $2 bills and 1 quarter equals $2.15. Let me get my $1 bill, another dollar bill, and a quarter. So let's see, $1, $2, and 25 cents. So $2.25 is not the same as $2.15. The last option is $1 bill, 3 quarters, and 4 dimes. So let me get this. $1 bill, 3 quarters, and 4 dimes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now let's count our money. $1 bill, 25, 50, 75, and now dimes, I'm going to count by 10. So 75 plus 10, 85, 95, $1.05, $1.15. So we have $1, $2.05, and 15 cents. So we have $1, $1, $1.25, $1.50, $1.75, $1.85, $1.95, $2.05, and $2.15. So this option is also a way that Andrea can buy the jump rope, $2.15. Moving down to number 2. The clock shows the time Michael eats breakfast. Write the time, circle AM or PM. Now, in discussing time, remember we had AM hours and PM hours. Remember, there are 24 hours in a day, but an analog clock only shows 12 hours. So in this one, I need to look at the time. Let's see. The time shows that the hour hand is on the 7. And the minute hand is on the 2, which would show, let's see, that minute hand was on the 7 o'clock. Then I'm going to skip count by 5s. 7:05, 7:10. So now my analog clock looks like the clock in our book. So the time that Michael eats breakfast is 7:10. So remember, we write the hour and then we split it up with a colon to separate the hour from the minutes. So 10 minutes past 7. Now I need to figure out what time would that be, AM or PM? Well, let's see. Let's go back to the word problem. It says breakfast. Think about this activity of breakfast. When do people eat breakfast? In the morning hours or in the evening hours? It's the morning hours, so it's going to be AM because breakfast is what the question was looking for. So we're going to come down here and circle AM. Now it asks us, tell us how you knew whether to select AM or PM. So we can write people eat breakfast in the morning which is AM. So there we go. We have page 1 complete. Page numbers 1, 2, and 3. Now moving on to page 534, the second part of this, we are going to be dealing with money again. Number 3 says, does the group of coins have a total value of 60 cents? Choose yes or no. Now look at our options. Again, just like back in number 1, we have several options, so we need to show each way. And again, I have my coins here to help me to see if I can count and find a pattern and see if they create 60 cents. Again, you can be creative, you can do drawings, or if you have some spare change at home to help you, I have plastic money and that's what I'm going to use. So this says, here, let me use a piece of paper so I can still see the problem, but it's not confusing. Okay, there we go. 60 cents. First one says 2 quarters and a dime. So I'm going to get 2 quarters and a dime. 25, 50, 60. So 2 quarters and a dime, yes, equals 60 cents. The next one says 1 quarter, 2 dimes, and 3 nickels. 1 quarter, 2 dimes, and 3 nickels. Okay, now I'm going to skip count using the greatest value, starting with the greatest value and going down to the least value. So we're going to do quarter, dimes, and nickels. 1/4 is 25 cents. Plus 10 would be 35 cents. 45 cents. 50, 55, and 60. So 1/4, 2 dimes, and 3 nickels does equal 60 cents. Bubble in yes. The next option is 5 dimes, 1 nickel. Let me leave that nickel over there. And 6 pennies. So let's do 5 dimes, 5 dimes, 1 nickel, and 6 pennies. 4, 5, 6. Okay, if you look at the coins that I have, let me make sure I have everything correct. Whoopsie, I have only 4 dimes. Okay, 5 dimes right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 nickel and 6 pennies. Okay, so I'm going to start with our dimes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61. So this actually does not equal 60 cents. This equals 61 cents. It was 1 cent over. So this option would be no. Bubble in no. You do the same on your paper. And the last option that they give us is 4 nickels and 20 pennies. Oh my goodness. 4 nickels and 20 pennies. Let's see if I even have 20 pennies. One, 2, 3, 4. I might have to improvise, just like you guys might need to improvise. Let me see what pennies I have here. I'll use all the pennies that I have, and then I'll draw the rest. Okay, 4 nickels and 20 pennies. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'm going to have to draw the rest of my pennies, you guys. 11, 12, that's a penny. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Just like you guys can do. If you don't have 20 pennies, you can improvise and do what you can and do your best. So now I'm going to count out my 4 nickels and my 20 pennies. So here we go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So 4 nickels and 20 pennies does not equal 60 cents. So for our answers for number 3 is yes, yes, no, no. And I used my coins, and then I even used a drawing to better help me with that problem. Let's go down to number 4. Number 4 says here, let me do this so you can see better. Number 4 says, Tess gave Raul these coins. Tess says she gave Raul $1. Is Tess correct? Explain. This, they already have the coins for you, which is nice. Let's see, 1/4 is 25 cents. We've done this in class. Remember when you do your cent sign, you draw the C and the line through it. Another quarter would be 50 cents. And then 1 dime would be 60 cents. So let's see, what were we trying to get to? $1. Tess thinks that 2 quarters and 1 dime is $1. Is Tess correct? Well, we can clearly see that Tess is not correct because 2 quarters and 1 dime equal a total of 60 cents. So that's what I'm going to write. Let me see if I can hold and write at the same time. No. 2 quarters and 1 dime equals 60 cents. Not $1. So there's my explanation. 2 quarters and 1 dime equals 60 cents, not $1. Okay, moving down to number 5. Number 5 says write the time that is shown on this clock. I'm going to zoom into this clock so you guys can see it maybe better than my giant analog clock. If I look at the hands on the clock, I see the hour hand and the minute hand. The hour hand is pointing to the number 8, so this would be our hour. I'm going to write 8 right here. And then I'm going to skip count by 5s to see where the minute hand is. The first time I move to a number is 5 minutes, and that's where it is. So we can say that this is 8:05. The time is 8:05. Now we don't know if that's AM or PM, but it's asking us what time it is. It's not asking AM or PM. So that's how I know that it is 8:05, because every time the minute hand moves from one number to the next on the analog clock, time has passed is 5 minutes. Okay, the last one that we are going to do today is number 6. Number 6 says, what time is shown on the clock? Fill in the bubble next to all the ways to write or say the time. So let's see, we have this clock. Let's see where the hour hand is. I see that the hour hand is between the numbers 4 and 5. It's not directly pointing at 4. See how it's off just a little bit? Oh, I marked it. Let me erase that. Okay. It's not directly pointing at 4. It's in between, because the minute hand has passed halfway around the clock and the minute hand is on the 7. So if I start at 12 and skip count by 5s and reach to where the 7 is, I'll know what the minutes are. So we know it's past 4, but it's not yet 5. So we know that it's in the hour of the 4 o'clock time. Now let's see how many minutes have passed. So starting at the 12, I'm going to skip count by 5s. Here I go. You can do it along with me. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So I know that it is 4:35. So how I say 4:35 is exactly how this digital clock is showing the hour 4 with 35 minutes past the 4 o'clock hour. But now if I look at this way, it's written 35 minutes after 4 is the same as this. So this is another way to say 4:35. 7:20. That has not matched our time. 4:15. Remember, 4:15 is 15 minutes past the hour. So this would not be the correct answer either. So that will conclude for our Part 1, Chapter 7 review test. Feel free to go back and look at your responses, show a friend. I would like for you to take a picture of your 2 pages and post it on Seesaw. Good luck and do your best.